Hi, and welcome to another video of the Targeted Individual Experience, the Targeted Individual Program. Today is Monday, December 4th, and just want to give a recap of the past week that had gone by with the targeting. So sometime last week, I was in the house. It was around a little after 11, and the doorbell rang. So I'm like, who is this ringing the doorbell at this time of night? So I didn't go answer because I didn't know who it was. I don't know nobody was coming to visit me or anybody else in this house. So I kept hearing an engine idling outside, and it was very, very loud. So then I heard footsteps in the hallway, and then I heard the roof door alarm goes off. And so after about a few minutes, I went to the window and I looked outside, and there was a fire truck outside. Okay. Now, immediately, as I was looking through the window, saw the fire truck, had the light flashing. They turned off the lights immediately. Okay? So somebody must have been watching the window and letting them know that, yeah, he's looking at the window. Because immediately after like I said, as I went to the window to look down, saw the fire truck, the lights were flashing, the lights turned off, and they drove off. But they left the door on the roof open, so the alarm was going off the entire night. Okay? Now, granted, it wasn't loud, but you could still hear it in the apartment. Okay? So, they will use opportunities to target you as a TI in any way they can. So, if there's a fire in your neighborhood, they will use that opportunity to target you. If somebody gets stuck in an elevator in your building, they will use that opportunity to target you. Recently, they started using the color gray, hence why I'm wearing a gray sweater. Because every time they try to condition me to a particular color, I will wear that same color to target them back, however I can. And so, when I'm walking in the street and someone's walking towards me who's a perp, if there's a gray car parked on by the side, they will look at that gray car and look at me. Now, only that particular color, right? The color gray. So, it doesn't matter what kind of car. It could be an SUV, two-door, four-door. As long as the color is gray, they will do that action. Then, also, they constantly staring at my crotch. So I started staring back at their crotch. Whether it be men or women, I stare at their crotch too. You want to stare at my crotch? I'm going to stare at your crotch. Okay? If that makes you happy, then hey, go ahead. I'm not gay. For you ladies out there, the majority, well, not the majority, but a lot of you perps, a lot of you participate in this type of program. I don't know what it is that they're telling you guys, how they're conditioning you guys. Well, I don't know how they're conditioning you guys, but you need to open your mind and realize that you're being manipulated and played. Okay? The guys too. But the theme has been, you will be alone. They have constantly tried to break up whatever relationship I have with my two youngest mother, be that I'm over at her house, basically all the time, except for the weekends that I have all the kids, and then we go to my house and we stay there for the weekend. So using her family on Thanksgiving to target me, knowing that, and then having her participate, knowing that yeah, it will upset me. And this, it kind of reminds me of the beginning, not in the beginning, but I would say a few years ago, when they were constantly using her to target me, and we used to get into arguments like basically almost every single day. So they're back to their old tactics, except using her family members to target me. And they know that if it's just a friend and I flip out or something like that, she might be like, hey, okay, that's just not your way. But if it's a family, it's a different thing, right? So that's what they've been doing. And today, I went to get some stuff for the kids, juices and stuff like that. And I started noticing a heavy police presence along the way. So I got to the store and got some things and went back in the parking lot. And I decided at that point that I was going to start recording. So this video here, and you can hear the sirens again because they're listening, and confirmation when I make a video. As I turn on the computer, they started with the sirens, and then they stopped, then they started again. And so when they make those type of sounds, that whoop, okay, this is what they used to do to me in the very beginning of my targeting at night, when I was going through heavy remote neural monitoring. So when I think about certain things, at night, they would be like, whoop, okay, that sort of thing. At work, the same thing. That's how I know that it's geared towards me, because the conditioning has taken place for a very long time with those songs. Okay? And so, anyway, as I went to the parking lot to drive back, I decided to start recording to see what type of targeting I can pick up on, or I can capture on camera. So I'm going to skip part. I'm going to skip some parts because I want to get to the part where the targeting takes place that I noticed. So, again, driving. Okay, now after this vehicle, skip this. Okay, let's go there. Turn. Okay. Okay, the van turned in front of me. Now, again, this is a tactic that they use. Either a car will turn in front of me, or as I make a turn, the first car will pull up on is I have the number 32 in the license plate. Okay, this van have number 32 in the license plate. This is a tactic that they've used so many times that I've gotten accustomed to it. Okay. And even though they haven't been aggressive this past week in doing that, for I guess the fear of me recording them. But what I did is that I stopped recording it for a week, which I sometimes do because I know that they will that they know that I'm not recording, and they will up target it because I'm not recording. You see, when I'm recording, either they don't do it or it's very subtle. Okay, it's not like if I'm driving to a destination, 6 or 7 cars that pull in front of me, or I pull in front behind them, will have that number in that particular number in the license plate. Okay? And this time is very subtle. Okay? So the van, and the reason why I got so close up to it because I want the camera to pick up the license plate. Okay, so let's skip forward. Now again, the van left, and the next car I pull up on, number 32. Okay, that's again. Now let me let's go back, because this individual that was driving this car clearly a perp to me, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because he's at the stoplight. Okay, he was gonna go straight, but he sees the camera, okay, on the camera car mount, and then because he didn't want to make it look like as if have me on video with him driving to the destination that I was going to. When he sees that, he turns on his turning signal to make the left. Now I want you to look at this, okay? So he's at the stoplight. Now if he knew he was going to turn left, his indicator would have been on. And that's what I do. If I'm going to make a turn, before I get to the stoplight, I turn on my indicator. Now granted, some people don't do that. But he looks up and I saw him through his rearview mirror because his eyes was looking back at me, and he saw the cameras there. Then he decides to turn. Okay. So that's just something that they do. Okay, and they try to be slick about it. They'll try to mask it, but you know, when you've been going through this for so long, or been put through this for so long, you recognize it, whether it's being done subtly or very overtly. Okay? Now, you see this woman standing here at this corner. Now, when she sees that it's me, watch what she does. So she's just standing there. As I pull up, she sees me. Now she starts kicking her feet. Okay? She starts kicking her feet. Again, early on in my targeting, this is what they used to do. When I would go to work, I get on the train. As soon as I enter the train, kicking their feet. Just like that. Well, not to the side, but forward, because they're sitting down. Okay? Every single time I get into a train car, doesn't matter which train car I go to, there will be someone there, and when they see me enter that car, they will start kicking their feet. That's conditioning. And so now, since I ready to take the train, because I don't work anymore, I'm on disability, which they're constantly trying to send me subliminal message about taking away my disability. But this is, you know, one of the tactics that they use. So start kicking her feet. Okay? And then go back. And I, view this full screen, and you get a clearer picture. So she's just standing there. The minute I pull up and she sees me, there she goes. Start kicking her feet. Okay? Now, she could have walked across the street, and believe me, I live in New York. When there's no car coming, people cross the street. They don't just stand up there, unless, even when they have children with them. If there's no car coming, they'll cross the street. But she particularly stood there, she actually stood there just so she could do that. Okay? That's how neurolinguistic programming works. Creating triggers and anchors. Conditioning someone by repetitive actions, like I said, such as every time I went into a train car, somebody in the train car would kick their feet out and would constantly do it. Okay? And when I look away, they would stop. And I would look at the corner of my eyes, they would stop. And the minute I turn my head to them, they'll start repeating the same action of kicking their feet back and forth. Let's go forward. Same thing, this guy. What he does with his hands. Because the minute they see me, they'll do something with their hands, with their feet, you know, doing this, or doing this, sticking their fingers sticking in their ears. Look, the minute he sees me, he goes, like, what is that? Alright? What is that? But I'm sure I've been conditioned to recognize what it is, you know, but at that moment, nothing came to mind, so I guess that part of the conditioning didn't work. Okay. Now, from the way they've been talking to me lately, I get the impression that they, at this point, they don't care. At this point, they feel that they can do whatever to me because whatever I get on camera wouldn't matter. Okay? So, let's see if it doesn't matter. And that's why I'm doing this recording, because I know they want me to put this out there. You know, and I will. And I will give an explanation of what it is that they're doing. Because, you know, we'll see. So, pulled up on the block, stopped, waited for park. Okay? Now, these two guys walking towards me. Now, again, watch, they do something with their hands. There you go. See? Every time they see me, they have to do something with their hands. Some type of hand signal, what have you. Now, this woman here is of particular interest. Because let me go back. Okay? Now watch her come off the sidewalk. Now she's walking towards me, but she's on towards my direction, but she's on the sidewalk. Now, watch her stop, turn, came over towards me, takes her scarf, covers her mouth. Okay? Start doing her hand thing, you know, grabbing her scarf, sticking her, you know, like doing the fingers, this stuff. They do stuff like this. Hand signals. Let's go back again. Now, you know, when this started happening to me, I started to realize that, you know, when you look at gangs and the use of hand signs, okay, to represent who they are. Okay? This cult, created and operated and run by those in power and those within law enforcement and the security agency, have recruited people within the religious community, within the churches, to participate in this type of psychological warfare. Okay? So when they do hand signals to us as targets, we are conditioned to those hand signals. Okay? And how they do it is through brainwashing. You know, I don't want to use the word, say they hypnotized me and, you know, did whatever they did, because to hypnotize someone, you actually need their permission. Then you can say hypnotize. But when you do it without their permission, it's called brainwashing. Okay? So this woman again, and like I said, at this point, I guess they don't care, you know. So she covers her mouth with her scarf, grabs the scarf, and again, like to do either 4 fingers or 3 fingers sometimes, and then walk past to go back on the same side of the street, the same sidewalk that she just crossed into the street to come and target me. Okay? So, like I said, I guess at this point, they feel that they don't care and they can do whatever they want to do. And it is at moments like this that you as a TI who's trying to expose it, these moments are critical that you capture your targeting, these type of targeting, because they don't expect it or they just don't care. Okay? But because of the targeting, sometimes we forget to record. Because sometimes I have my phone mounted on the car phone mount, and I just forget to record. And it's not on purpose. It's because I'm being conditioned. Microwave, right? Microwave, part of the condition is to prevent you from speaking out, to keep you silent. So sometimes, like I'll drive, and I'll be getting targeted, and I don't record, And it could be because I feel like if I started recording, they wouldn't target me. They would hide like they normally do. Okay? But this moment and this time, particularly this morning, for some reason I was like, you know what? As I left the store, I said, you know what? I'm going to start recording. And I think also because there was a heavy, like I said, there was a heavy police presence this morning on my way to my destination. So I know usually when that happens, to start recording. But, if I had started recording going to my destination, they would have stopped the targeting, particularly the police. Okay? Because the police don't want to be captured on camera harassing and intimidating someone. Okay? Because the police can be held and will be held accountable for what it is they've done and what they're doing. We just have to gather the proof. Civilians, you don't know who's targeting you unless it's your immediate family or friends or people on your block that you may know their name or you may know. Yeah, you can probably hold these people accountable, but again, you have to get proof and you have to back up that proof in a court of law, right? Police can be held accountable, and you can sue them. Okay, you can sue them. Heads will roll. Believe me, some of them will get fired. Okay, so they have a vested interest in protecting themselves as opposed to protecting the perps who they control. Okay, that's why sometimes when I record a lot, they'll start to use children, okay? Because children will not be held accountable for what it is that they're doing, even though they've been told to do it, okay? So, I know a lot of their tactics, right? I know a lot of their tactics. I've been going through this, and I've been put through this for over 15 years, going on 2 decades now, okay? And so, again, just want to talk about this. This is, let's see why it's not, okay. Coercive mind control tactics, right? This is what they do to us as TIs, okay? This is what they have done to us as TIs, okay? The noise campaign, the visual subliminal messages, the fixation drill, the repetition, the sleep restriction, because for the past few weeks, I've been unable to sleep through the night, okay? Because of the remote neural monitoring. right? And again, you know, when their threats don't work, when I don't do what they're subliminally trying to tell me to do, they'll start to try and intimidate me. Okay? So, as it says here, it may be suggested or implied that failure to adopt the approved attitude, belief, or consequence behavior will lead to severe punishment or dire consequences such as physical or mental illness. Okay? The reappearance of a prior physical illness, drug dependency, which they've tried to do, but it didn't work, economic collapse, which they have done, okay, blacklisted me, get me fired from my job, and I was very good at what I did. Okay, so I was surprised that they let me go. But you know, knowing that now as a TI, I'm not surprised because you know that's part of what they do. Okay, the fact that they're trying to shut me up and the fact that I've refused, you know, leads to retaliation, and unfortunately, they retaliated against me by firing me from my job and then preventing me from finding work. Okay. Also, the fact that when I was applying for disability, they tried everything to prevent me from getting my X-rays done and stuff like that, sending me death threats. But I pushed through the threats. I pushed through the fear, and I went to apply, and you know, I did the MRI or the X-ray, whatever it is, and I got the disability because of my back injury, which they've caused. Okay, and I've explained this in the past. Early on in my targeting, my lower half of my body used to vibrate, and very, very strong vibration that I thought that I had, that it was my phone that was vibrating on my hips. And when I reached to grab to get my phone, I didn't have a phone on me. Okay? And this used to happen all the time. And that is how I got injured. Okay? Through the use of directed energy weapons that basically injured my spine. Okay? So let's see. Okay, economic collapse, social failure, again, using your friends or intimidating your friends to target you or to just leave you alone. Alright? To basically disavow you. Okay? If you're married, try to cause a divorce within your marriage, disintegration, failure to find a mate. If they've destroyed your relationship or your marriage, you will not find another person to become romantically involved with. Okay, because they will spread rumors about you to any individual that contact you or you've contacted. They will try to condition you to think that every person you meet is a perp, so you tend to not even bother. And you know, I've tested this out on social media, on dating sites, where people will contact me, female will contact me, and I'll contact them back, and you know, conversation will go good initially, first response, and then after that, wouldn't hear anything. Okay? Unless it is a person who they want you to date. Okay? Let me give you an example. So, after the Thanksgiving fiasco, in which they were using the kid's mother and her family to target me, and this happens every time there's a argument, a disagreement between me and her in terms of her participating in targeting me, that on a social dating site, someone will contact me, like immediately after. Okay, so after we get into an argument and I go home, I get a message. Okay, And I'll go back and forth texting the individual. And this particular individual, when I ask how long she's been on the site, and mind you, I'm not on the site to date anybody. I'm on the site because you have to study this program and what it is that they do. And so, doing what they do, I can come back and give examples so that other TIs can recognize and understand what's being done. So anyway, when I asked how long she's been on the site, she was like, I just joined on Thanksgiving Day. I was like, really? Okay. So after that initial conversation, and because it's funny because I was up late at night because I couldn't sleep because of the remote no monitoring and the noise campaign, and so she was up too, and it was like after 1 o'clock. So I knew something was up, and so we text back and forth for about a good 2 hours, and then I said good night because I gotta go sleep. Never contacted the person again. So I think this might have been the Monday, last week Monday. Friday, I get a text from this individual. Right? Individuals have given me their number and ask if I want to chat to text her. But the individual disabled their account. Now, you're on a dating site to date. Okay? It's only been a week. Not even, yeah, about a week. Right? So it's only been a week and you disable your account? Right? That's weird. So again, it's not weird to me, but if I wasn't a TI and was going through this, I would have been like, that's kind of weird. And usually before we become TIs, a lot of weird shit was happening to us. Okay? But now we're able to recognize it. So I recognize that this individual was sent particularly and purposely to contact me because they knew what they were going to do on Thanksgiving Day, and they knew the outcome, and there you go. Okay, but am I going to contact the individual? No, because I've been through this over and over again. I know that it is these people, okay, and if I'm going to meet someone, not that I'm looking to meet someone, but if I'm going to meet someone, I'll know if it's natural or not, because I know their tactics, I know their pattern, okay, and they will have to be very, very smart, okay, to have me to basically bypass my defense mechanism to actually speak or be interested in the perp that they sent my way. Okay? And that's not going to happen anytime soon. Alright? Because regardless of how subtle that this person may try to target me to bypass my defense mechanism, it's not going to work. Okay? It's not going to work. Alright, so I just want to give an example and let you guys know, what's going on with my targeting. And like I said, the constant use of the color gray, and I had called my brother because he's also a TI. And those of you who know me and has been on my show, my brother's been on my show and we've talked about being TIs together. And I said to him, have they ever used the color gray to target you? And he was like, yeah, all the time. So, again, the confirmation that this is not just being done to you, this is being done to others too. It's being done to me. They use the same tactics, the same colors that they use to condition each of us. It's the same thing. Okay, they just apply differently to each targeted individual situation. Okay, it may be little differences here and there, but the tactics are all the same. And if you want to know the tactics, you go to psychologicalharassment.com. mind control tactics, which is right here. Okay. Also, psychological manipulation, which is right here. Okay. So that's my alarm going off. But anyway, see you guys together on my show, or until I do another video. Okay. Thank you.